Welcome in, everyone, whomever, and happy Sunday. Thought we'd take an easy afternoon and evening. I have no guest. Um, we're going to keep it light, but maybe answer some questions. If anyone has questions about anything the guest brought up or about any of the guests, and hey, Sniper, greetings, beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. Hey, Ellie, it is yogi time for now. Um, and anything upcoming. Any questions about anything? Ask a question. Let's see what's up. Looking forward to Tuesday's guest. Tuesday's a big day. We got two good guests. Janet Weiss. She's been around a bit too. She's got a wonderful YouTube channel and literally a legend. Carol Howe. I'm going to build her up too much. She deserves a build up, but Ellie says I should be on tomorrow morning live. Awesome. Hey, Goldie. Ellie has a question. What's the question? Just taking care of a few things as we talk. Hello, my friends. Sorry, guys. Cody, how are you? We have a good guest tomorrow as well.
Need extra money for
Patty O'Neill Moss. She is a family and marriage therapist. She is steeped in the teachings of Course Miracles. It's going to be interesting to see how does she approach that. Course Miracles is really about relationships. Vamp says, hi there, birthday brother. Ellie says, how many books have you read? I have no idea how many books I've read. There's never a point in my life when I wasn't being read to, or I wasn't reading. You don't know how old I was when I learned how to read. Pretty young, because like I said, my parents were always reading to me. And man, I've just always been reading. So who knows? My favorite book, it changes a lot, but there's a few that stay the same. The Dharma Bums by Jack Kerouac. Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. Jitterbug Perfume by Tom Robbins. I got a tattoo in honor of him that no one can ever rightly see. 100 Years of Solitude, Gabriel Garcia Marquez, fiction-wise, nonfiction. Born to Run, of course. Bhagavad Gita, Course Miracles. There's a lot. Anything by Stephen Cook. He's a wonderful yoga author. And why is it something rather than nothing? Who says there is? That's a great question too. Because who says there is? Something is really nothing, right? If we go one by quantum physics, if we go by the Buddhist Heart Sutra, then nothingness itself is something. Emptiness is form, form is emptiness, with the operative word being is. So at the very same time that something is appearing, it truly is nothing to begin with. It's energy. And energy being a no thing, but is able to manifest as everything. And the big question is why? Why does it manifest as something? We can answer that. A serious answer is why not? Why wouldn't nothing want to become? But what's the intent? That's the mystery. What's that hidden intent? It's really, man, when you think how far we can regress something. Thanks, Ollie. Yeah, they are pretty good. Hey, Nino. Nino, how are you, my friend? Nino, I haven't had a chance to really kick back and talk with you for a bit. You've come up when we've had guests. I apologize. I haven't yet. Goldie? I didn't see it until I was asleep when I got it. And then we've been doing a reading in the morning. So this is actually the first opportunity. 0-0 first quarter. Thank you. You know I'm rooting for the Jaguars. Now, I believe our friend Daisy May's favorite team is Buffalo. So if Buffalo were to win, that's okay. How are you doing, Lady Sky? Hey, Charlie. Charlie, how are you? $34 days, 34 shopping days till Valentine's Day. I'll bring up the short. Make sure that sound is off. Guys, you ready? Can you see okay? It's pretty. You guys look like you keep your roads in good condition. Here in the States, that would be buried in snow until the next day. Well, maybe not. Depends on where you live. We're actually not too bad here. Just trying to give you guys the best view possible. There you go. You can see also that, well, what did I do? You still with me? So we have some friends live, Dolly's live, if you want to stop in and say hi to Dolly. And it appears Daisy's live, if you want to go over and say hi to Daisy. Pretty. What's up, Tiger King? Absolutely loving Sunday, Eric. Man United, Manchester United are losing. I thought you liked Manchester. I thought that was your team. What is word and is and if? When really looked into. Good point. Good. Good point. Goldie says hi there to Charlie. Charlie says, I'm very well, Yogi. Hope everyone's having a good day. I'm glad you're doing very well. Hey, Charlie, are you a football fan? I'd imagine you're probably Buffalo fan, right? Charlie says that's how it gets here. Hey, Red Bull, how are you, my friend? Hope everyone is having a great and wonderful day. You too. It's a social. Don't do their jobs, they get fined. Hey, Miss Flipper. Miss Flipper. Um, do you know Janet Keller Weiss? She's up tomorrow after you. Probably says, no, I'm not. Um, I'm very vaguely. If it were, though, it would be Buffalo. That's what I thought. Miss Flipper says, Vamps and Lady Sky, too. Love to all. Yes, Yogi. Yeah, I was wondering if you knew Janet Keller Weiss. She's got a great YouTube channel. Manchester United and a city, Reds and Blues, classic dualism. Yes, Lady Sky, I do. So I very, very loosely follow football. I really don't have much interest, but I started watching Jacksonville Jaguars. Um, I don't know why I caught a play somewhere, and I thought the quarterback was pretty unique. I like individual players. I like anyone who's outstanding at what they do, be it an artist, a musician, athlete. Um, I could watch I could watch a basketball player who's outstanding at what they do for hours. I love watching Larry Bird, um, but I have no interest in watching an actual basketball game. I could watch the quarterback. I never remember his name uh, for Jacksonville. I could watch clips of him for a long time, but I have no interest in watching a game. This guy says the Packers lost last night. I saw something about that. Chicago Bears won. Sorry, Sniper. You still got the Steelers, though, right? Had the Steelers in? Miss Ripper says, Yogi, will you retell the story of your parents not wanting you to close your eyes with lit candle, please? Um, yes. Um, Shakta meditation. I believe that's the name. I can never remember Sanskrit. I can never remember what anything's called. And I certainly, if I do remember it, I'm not going to pronounce it right. But it's candle meditation, and it's first performed. You watch the candle with your eyes open. You let the image become alive in your consciousness, and then you close your eyes and you visualize the candle. And um, my parents, you know, safety concern. I completely understand, but at the time I didn't. Um, I was a completely trustworthy kid, um, and I think they might have been okay if I did that in their presence and didn't close my eyes. But the fact that I did that in my room and I had my eyes closed and they happened to catch wind of that, I shared a room with my brother. Um, they were not pleased with that at all, confiscating the matches when they came in a little box and you struck it against the box. Remember those? Kitchen matches is what we used to call them because we used them in the kitchen. Um, and they confiscated the candle. They didn't need to confiscate the candle. Man, I'm lucky they didn't confiscate the yoga book that I got that from. I was 11 years old enough to have matches and a candle, I think, but they did not think so. This guy says, yes, they play Friday night, Squirrel Sniper against Texan Houston. Rams and Bears move on to the divisional round. How long you been a football fan, Lady Sky? Charlie says that's interesting. I always have candles lit here in the evening and early morning. It's a very basic beginning meditation, but it's very deep, very profound. I brought that up to Tom Thompson. Tom Thompson's a 60+ year yoga practitioner. He's a very advanced yogi. And I mentioned to that, and he said, "Oh yeah, that's a very profound meditation." This guy says, "Long time. My parents were so tolerant for my um, idiosyncrasies and help me with that, guys. Idiosyncrasies. How did I do?" This guy says, "Love NFL football." What's your second favorite team, Lady Sky? We know your favorite. What's your second? And what's your least favorite team? Kansas City, New England. When New England was winning everything, there was everyone's least favorite team. Yeah, wooden matches. Hey, Parajat, my friend, how are you? Idiosyncrasies. Idiosyncrasies. Why can I say it now? Thank you, Miss Flipper. You know what they say about the blind squirrel. Sniper Sniper brings that up to me often. Burner Boy says, I've gotten up every day at 4:30 every day for the last week in order to meditate and to do a blessing of the world, do forgiveness practice, and a yoga asana round followed by breath work. Awesome, Runner Boy. He didn't say all that at once, but I'm just assuming that's why he's gotten up at 4:30. It's a safe assumption, right? Dallas Cowboys, my favorite team, Yogi. Are they more favorite than Tennessee Titans? To just be a chill guy. Yeah, but you'd be a chill guy no matter what time you got up, Runner Boy. If you slept till noon, you'd wake up. You'd be a chill guy. This guy says hi to Runner Boy. He says yes. Well, I would have thought that. So how did the Cowboys do this year? Runner Boy, the Raiders are a trash team. Man, them's fighting words. Not for me, but for Reaper. Goldie says I'm freezing. -9 Celsius, 21 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, we are at January. We're almost halfway through January. February starts giving me hope. Miss Pippa says, Renee Nicole Good. It's a sad situation. What a sad place we find ourselves in. No matter what side of the political aisle we are. I think at this point, maybe we can start agreeing that things need to be toned down. The rhetoric, all of it, needs to be toned down. So that's normal temperature for winter. Goldie says, hi there again, lovely people. It was time to dust this one off. Walking with Goldie. Runner Boy says, yeah, it's been cold last few days. You got any snow this year, Runner Boy? Normal temperature for Transylvania. How long do your winters last? Hey, Fred, if you're feeling the vibe, then like and subscribe. Thank you, my friend. Runner Boy says, yes, that did not need to happen. No reason for it. Agreed. Lamborg, how are you? Cody says, "Whoops, we got -18 on my birthday." Well, wow, that is cold. Seven wins, 9 losses, one tie. Yo, Dallas Cowboys regular season eliminated from the playoff contention. Well, that's a shame. Boy says, "Yeah, we got a little snow for a few days." Does Ireland get more snow than Scotland and England, or is it all about the same across the board? Todd says, "Forever long winters in Wisconsin. Get snow in April here." Yeah, I bet. Tiger King says, "Man, UTD. That's United what? Out of cup. So happy, Eric." This guy says, "So in the first quarter, 3 Bills, Jaguars 0." That's the same here, Runner Boy. It snows and then it'll rain and then we'll get a cold snap and everything's just ice. Lady Sky says hi to Todd. Hey, Lady Sky, how's your where are you? Subscribers. Runner Boy says now Scotland gets more. Fred says it's sunny in California. Hey Fred, where are you in California? Todd says, "Lady Sky, hope today is going good." Charlie says, "April, here we get snow." We occasionally get snow. It snowed here in April and late April. Or mid. Well, I guess it was late when I was doing my very first finished my very first 100-mile race. Chris says, "Remember Buffalo Bills, Super Bowl champions? When did they win the Super Bowl? It's been a while, right?" We have a joke in my country that Alaska, I know I'm not saying that right, died, and the weather repaired itself. So I need that explained. Sunny here in Nashville, 41 degrees is a high for the day. I think that's similar here. You want to do a roast battle? Not even remotely. One says I've had UTDS, but not out of not out of a cup. Hey Jed, what's up, Marlon? Miss Pippa said tomorrow Tiger King at 6 p.m. time. But if you like, I can read an imperative for you. You can read an imperative, and if you want to pop up for a minute and read an imperative, let me know. Marlon says, "Oh, look, there's traps." He must be looking in the mirror. Cody says he died last year. Got you. Let's see. For context, is that Ilan Ilescu was the president of Romania for 12 years after communism fell. He died last year. Kevin says he's a real tough guy. I've heard this before, that you gain your strength from the gym. I grew up on a dairy farm, and that you maintain your strength because your heart is pure and your intent is clear. Marlon says -5 here, 20 degrees Fahrenheit. I appreciate you guys translating, but we'll hit 40 tomorrow. Brother Boy says, "Kevin, how many books do they write on a dairy farm?" Snipper says, "Greetings to Kevin. Hi, I'm Marlon." Marlon, you were paid a compliment in a reply. See if I can find it. This is a reply, not anonymous, but I won't reveal it. On this morning's live stream, someone left an after live stream reply. Says, I love Marlon so much. He probably doesn't know how inspirational he was for me. Be bold, young fisherman. What a nice comment from a great guy. Lady Sky, did you let me know how many subscribers you are? Yep, you, Marlon. I've only known two Marlins, and one I only knew from TV. Who knows the name Marlon Perkins? What does that mean to you? If I were to say Mutual of Omaha and Carl Perkins, what would you think? You got to be a certain age. Gordy says he was the communist dictator of right hand and was trained in Moscow. That doesn't sound good at all, does it? Hey, Kundalini King. Aaron, how are you? Hey, Kiki. Yogi, how's it going? It's going good, my friend. How's things with you? You have more to go now to be at 1,100. Is there anyone here not subscribed to Lady Sky? And if you think you could find your way over and maybe help her out. Marlon says, thanks. No, never consider myself an inspiration. $1,089 subscribers, Yogi. Awesome. So close. Fred says, shout out to Lady Sky from reaching out over here. Thank you, Fred. Miss Whipper says, for Tiger King, this is an imperative, Tiger King, from the fishbowl. My peace I give to you. Take it of me in glad exchange for the world has offered but to take it away. It's a wonderful imperative for you, Tiger King. You are given peace, not from anyone, not from the world. You are given peace from love itself. You're given peace from, and of course they call it the Holy Spirit, you're given peace from God. Now, that means the peace from God cannot be tampered with, can't be taken away. It can't be obstructed, can't disappear. That means you have it forever. You just need to look for it. Whenever you think something's not going your way, whenever the chat seems to be going awry, whenever it seems that people might be picking on you, you have the peace of God within you. It's been given to you from God. Can't go anywhere. Let that, it can only be extended, says Miss Pepper. Let that give you some rest. Thanks for dropping your link, Lady Sky. It only needs 11 to go. Oh yeah, I have heard of Marlon Brando. Why did that slip my mind completely? Marlon Brando. I think because he spells it with a W. Kiki says, me and my girlfriend got into the other night, and I don't know how she was objectively wrong. Where did that go? Probably no one, but it still sucks. You don't know who was objective. Does it matter who's wrong? Wouldn't you rather not be in a fight with your girlfriend? Wouldn't you rather be kind rather than knowing who was right and who was wrong? If your girlfriend being wrong meant that you had these hard feelings between you two, would you want to keep him? And if you being wrong, do you think it's something that you can't look at objectively yourself and think, I do want to say I'm sorry. I do want to apologize. I'd rather be sorry than have her think that I don't love her. Marlon Jackson, you're right. All right. Guys, I didn't know everyone's going to throw Marlins at me. Now I'm dodging Marlins all over the place. I dare you, name one more. It's not the Marlin I was thinking of, though. Name one more. Marlon J? I don't know who Marlon J is. Jeez, I stepped in it this time. This is the first time I've ever been in a Marlin battle. First time I've ever been hit in the head with a Marlin. Aaron says, sun is shining. Awesome. It's shining here too. I can't remember everything I said, Tiger King. Goldie says, because it didn't even, the weather decided to boycott him. All right, Tiger King. This is Miss Flipper. This is from the fishbowl. It's an imperative. And it's for you. My peace I give to you. Take it of me, glad, in exchange for all the world has offered, but to take away. As I was explaining, my peace I give to you. This is a voice for God. God's peace has been given to you. You have it all the time. It goes nowhere. It can't be taken from you. It can't be upset. It can't be disturbed. Meaning, you just need to remember your peace lies within and it has been gifted, extended from God to you. Not a single person in a live stream, not a single person outside of a live stream can ever upset you when you remember that peace. I think I explained it better the first time. I'm glad you're having a beautiful day, Aaron. Well, thank you, my friend. Thank you for being here. I was with a guest. It was yesterday, and you left a jewel, and I did notice it, but I didn't want to interrupt my guest. But I do want you to know that I noticed it, and thank you very much. Deeply appreciative, my friend. Hey, Quakes. Quakes said hi. Hey, Big Al. Unless it's about getting head butted, then definitely Marlin over Marlin. I can see that. Marlin said, Tiger Queen says, Marlon Dingle from Emmerdale. Never heard of him. If I haven't heard of him, they don't count. You can't hit me with Marlon when I don't know him. Not just now, but already in my last couple of relationships, I said it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. If it bothers one of you, then you should try to find a way to solve it if it's okay for both of you. Beautifully said, Marlon. That could have been taken right out of A Course in Miracles. Every upset is equal. There's no small upset. Tiger King and Tiger Queen. I don't know if they're related. It would make sense, right? Brogan, how are you? UNC. University of North Carolina. Big Al says, did you popped into my live, Lady Sky? There's an account here that says Tiger Queen. That's what Sniper says. That's what Big Al says. There's an account called Tiger Queen in chat, Tiger King. Hey, Brattle. Adam says Chapel Hill, baby. Brattle, thanks for coming in. Adam says, are tigers breeding? I don't know. Miss Pip says, I popped into your live earlier, saw a dog walking. So here's the Marlin that I was referring to. Marlin Perkins from Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Seemed that Marlin was always hanging in the back. Well, the other guy, Jim something, was always doing the dangerous work. Tiger King says, Tiger Queen is not me. I didn't think so. Don't know who it is either, Tiger King. Doesn't matter. Remember, the peace of God has been given to you. Aaron, I'm glad today is Grateful to Be Alive Day. Miss Pipper says Big Al. Bergen says UNC. So you saying University of North Carolina? University of, or are you saying UNC? Are you saying UNC as the elder statesman from the Last of the Mohicans? You calling me a noble savage? Because that's actually a pretty nice compliment. Circus says they obviously don't like Manchester City with Avatar. My guess is it is someone attempting to troll you, Tiger King. Don't let it get to you. It's actually a compliment. I've had some people really attempt to troll me. I had someone show up, and this is back when I was still with Mocha, and they showed up under the account of saying Yogi's ex-wife, thinking it would rattle me. And what they didn't realize, my ex-wife was actually in the live stream at that time. And she was like, "Hey, that's not me." Tiger King says, "When talk to Eric or other way, the sniper answer for them, Eric, please say." If I miss a comment, sure. If it's a matter concerning the channel, having a top mod who knows me well and knows the channel, yep, for sure. Aaron says, attitude of gratitude. Hey, Sherry. Sherry says, Tiger King, let's get through one chat in peace. I'm all for that. So I know anyone who really cared about me, who was a friend, would not create a series of troll accounts. to get someone riled up to cause trouble. I can't imagine someone really caring about me who would do such a thing. Adam says, I can see you as a noble savage. I'd like to think of myself as a gentle warrior. I was given that some thought. Terms. Gentle warrior. Things like that when I was walking this morning. Adam says, we all love you, TK. Absolutely. Hell, I even love dumbass trolls that come in saying stupid things who would not want to stand face to face with me and debate. I can't imagine what I would ever have to debate with you, my friend. Adam says, peace be with all, and I declare it. And so it is. And it is so. Yep, we're not going to worry about it, Tiger King. What's your view on the power of the hug? That's a great question. I think a hug is life affirming. I think a hug is God affirming. I think a hug is self with a capital S affirming. It's the essence of namaste. The love within me recognizes, salutes, and holds the love within you. I think that we are in a touch deficit society. I think that touch is healing. I think that it should be normalized. Having said that, I did not want to shake anyone's hand during the COVID shutdown. But we are definitely in a touch deficit. The older you get, the more it's so. If you get an opportunity, if you see someone older, put your hand on their shoulder, lean in close so they can hear you and tell them that you love them or that you recognize them. You ever heard, I'm not going to sing it for you guys. Hello in there. I'll read the lyrics. John Prine. I'm going to read some of the lyrics here for you guys. Thank you, Lady Sky. 3 Bills, 7 Jaguars. Go Jaguars. This is about an elderly couple. We had an apartment in the city, and me and Loretta liked living there. But it had been years since the kids had grown, a life of their own, and left us alone. John and Linda live in Omaha, and Joe is somewhere on the road. We lost Davy in the Korean War, and I still don't know what for. Don't matter anymore. Here's the strong part. You know that old trees just grow stronger, and old rivers grow wilder every day? Old people just grow lonesome, waiting for someone to say, hello in there. Hello. Here's how it ends. And so if you're walking down the street sometime and spot some hollow ancient eyes, please just don't pass them by and stare as if you didn't care. Say hello in there. Hello in there. Maybe I will try to read it sometime. Try to sing it sometime. Hey, Cat. Cat says I hate being alone when I'm sick. I'm sorry, Cat. I could certainly understand that. Well, as I could use a hug right now. I spend most of my time alone. I spend a great deal of time alone as well. Except for you guys. Thank you, Ricky. Hugs are medicine, says Sherry. Agreed. Kundalini King, a friend Aaron says, Tiger. Hey, virtual hug, Adam. Cat and Jack, big virtual hug to you. Goldie says, hi there, love the cat and Jack, get well soon. What are you trying to sort out there, Tiger King? I think everything is pretty well sorted out, right? Tiger King says, big hug to you, cat. You not well? Thank you, Tiger King. Hey, Seth. Seth, how are you? Seth says, long time, my brother. Has been a bit. Adam says, I can feel the love off this live stream, and I'm digging all of you beautiful souls. Thank you, Adam. Thanks for being for one of those beautiful souls. Kat says, and it seems that you're perfectly content with that. I am not. What do you mean, Kat? Aaron says, John Prime. I am never content when you are even a little bit out of sorts. Adam says, I kind of feel like you do that for me, Yogi, every day. Hello? Be a presence as much as you can. Seth says, please, my friend, check me out, please. You got it. Bring your channel up, Seth. Our friend Seth, by the way, is in Kenya. Check out his page, Seth Adventures. I'm going to check out some shorts when we're done the live stream. So, Sherry, I'm sorry. Hey, Landon. Adam says, kitty cat, get well soon. Lady Sky wants to know how often you make cupcakes to Sherry. Adam says, quit watching Jack, watch all that violent television. Adam says, this is like some crazy hippie love fest. I'm digging it. Tiger King says, to Fish, how high are you? To Adam. Cody says, 10 seconds, Tiger King, more, not less. Please don't let anyone get to you. Exactly. Crazy hippie love fest serve a purpose. They sure do. Speaking of which, Sherry says, love it, hippie love fest. Once again, condolences, Bob Weir's family. What a huge loss. And, he had cancer, but it seemed like he beat cancer. But he died from an undisclosed lung condition, is what I read. Seth Adventures is in Kenya, Adam. Jerry says huge loss. Yes. So there's two members of the dead left. Only one original. Both drummers, Mickey Hart, who was not original, but certainly a big part of the dead. Bill Kreutzmann, the other drummer, he was the original. This group says often works that way. Jim Morrison too. Right. He was in good shape. Bob Weir was a vegetarian. He was a longtime meditator and yoga practitioner. Always experimenting with his diet. Back in the 70s, he was in the macrobiotic diet, which I don't think is one of the healthier diets you can do. Adam says, I subscribed. Seth, hello, Sherry, and everyone I miss. Glasses off now. Tiger King says, Marlon Brando has other one for you. Yep, that was mentioned. Marlon Brando, Marlon Jackson. Miss Flipper mentioned one. I don't remember who it was. And then I mentioned Marlon Perkins and our Marlon. Adam says Bob was one of the most unusual rhythm guitarists of all rock and roll. What made him so unusual, Adam? I thought about tonight singing Dark Hollow tribute to Bob Weir. Gordy says that's why she came in with this one. She can get trigger happy. Aaron says we celebrate life. Yes. Marlon Klein. Don't know Marlon Klein. Marlon Riggs. Don't know them. Are they soccer players? I love Marlon the Fishing Man. We're losing all the classical music rates. Are they getting old? Keith Richards will live forever, I suspect. So, you know what? I mentioned before, I think certain people should get a. Oops, did I say soccer? I apologize. Football. I do apologize. Force of the habit. That's what I grew up calling it. Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr should get a pass. They should be able to stay as long as they want to. Keith and Mick should get a pass. Bob Dylan should get a pass. Who else? Add to the list. That was my mistake. Because Tiger King, I've read I had said soccer by mistake. I try to honor you and say football, but remember, yep, Joni. But they're going to go home. I agree. So let's amend it. As long as they want us, they should get a pass for as long as they want. Yeah, I don't know who they are, Tiger King. So as long as they want to stay, they get a pass. I can't imagine a world without Paul McCartney. Now, for me, the Beatles really were the soundtrack of my life. Always being played. And they're still the soundtrack, right? Even if you don't know who the Beatles are, if you don't like them. Hey, Ness. Hi, Selma. My music from the late 70s, Grateful Dead. My first show in 81. My last in 93. I think. Take it easy by the Eagles. Adam says a history of music should always be preserved. Yes, agreed. Adam says it's a feel-good song, but I much prefer Desperado. Desperado is a great song. Take It to the Limit might be my favorite Eagles song. Peaceful, easy feeling. I love the line, and I want to sleep with you in the desert tonight. Some of my favorites died early. Yeah. Yep. Adam says Joe Walsh was my favorite member of the Eagles. Aaron said his. Oops, Charlie says his poor grandmother. Who's that, Charlie? So Tiger King wants to know if it's a coincidence that someone got an account called Tiger Queen now. Probably not, but I don't know for sure. And since I don't know, I'm not going to make a big deal of it. If I were you, I wouldn't get upset about it because if it isn't a coincidence, and someone is wanting to get a rise out of you, you're doing exactly what they want you to do. If their role was to disrupt the chat, then mission accomplished. If you let it be that way, we're going to end the live stream in just a few minutes anyway. Stephen says Tiger King. They came in last week too. Start of the week. Yeah, I seem to remember. Miss Pippa says, "Oh man, Adam, you must listen to Desperado, the Langley School Music Project." Adam says, "Me too. That's actually my most favorite lyrical music in the whole." What is the Eagles? Vamp says, "Tiger King. Why would you allow them to get to you?" Exactly. Especially when Miss Pipper just handed you a reminder that you have been extended the peace of God. Someone says my song lyrics just came out, and now I'll do the song in different languages. Awesome, Selma. Vamp says, birthday brother advice on this trigger happy little sister. Is today your dad's birthday? Hey, Jamie. Tiger King says, happy birthday to you. Zipper says, shield and sword vamps made of empathy. Adam says, could be a coincidence that there's a Tiger Queen out there. I would be cautious and study the words and their intentions. Do they make people happy or do they wind up? Miss Pippa says, Langley School Music Program version of Desperado, please. Someone says, my dad is 55 years old. He's 5 years younger than me. Hey, Joe. Peace to everyone in here. You all matter. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you coming in and saying so. Someone says, hi to Jamie. Vamp says, can you be the shield tonight? Hey, Jacob. Jacob says, hey, Jamie. Jacob says hi to Selma. Tiger King says, okay, Miss Flipper and Eric. Fish, Miss Flipper and Eric. Thank you, Tiger King. Aaron says, have a great day, all you kings and queens. You too, my friend. Robert says, in the mind, just the brain chemistry, or is there a soul? It's an interesting question. Now, if we go with Buddhism, if we go with the Course in Miracles, then the mind is everything. And we don't, even neuroscience will say the mind and the brain are not the same, that the brain is an instrument, it's a radio set, it's an amplifier for the mind. But the mind is independent of the brain. When the brain goes, the mind will exist. Where the soul fits on this is an interesting matter. Is a soul a manifestation of that one great infinite mind? In yogic terms, it would be the Atman. Buddha disputed the Atman, an individual soul. Course in Miracles tends to go with the Buddhist view a bit, that there is no individual soul, but there are thoughts within that great mind of God, and that we are thoughts in the mind of God. We are individual thoughts in the mind of God, but thoughts leave not their source, meaning we've never left the mind of God, nor can we ever leave the mind of God. Nor can our most loving thoughts ever leave our mind. We are extensions of that mind, and we extend from that mind as well. Hey, Stitch. Someone says my sister is fighting. I'm sorry to hear that. My sister is married to my brother, Joe. Adam says, hey, Yogi, before you go, could you ring a bell for my sons? I don't want to go into it. They're okay. I will. If anyone here is sound sensitive, please turn the volume down. I don't know if our friend Marlon is still hanging out in the background. We're going to ring the bell on a count of 3, so please turn the volume down if it bothers you. 1, 2, 3. This is for Adam's sons. For your sons, Adam. Adam says, Fishmate, your son okay? Thanks for your concern, Tiger King. I know Adam appreciates it. Thank you, Tiger King. Miss Flipper and Sniper. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to be back 5:25. We're going to continue the conversation just as we're doing tonight. Coming by, say hi, hang out with us. 10 Bills, Jaguars 7. Still in the first half, though, right? Probably the second quarter by now. Thank you, Selma. Hey, Buddha. Zephyr says, looking forward. Hey, Dan. Dan, how are you? Yes, exactly. Rest in peace, Bobby Ware, 1947, 2026. Man, he was in decent shape. He worked out pretty hard. He did a lot of suspension band training, kettlebells, did a lot of yoga, wore his barefoot shoes. Jamie says, oh, we'll be live later. Just going to upload my short. Awesome, Jamie. Guys, make sure you have a lookout for Jamie. Thanks for coming in, Dan. Adam says, weird. You would all dig those 2 goofballs. They're quite adorable in their own ways. Dan says, what a freaking legend. Yes. One More Saturday Night. I love that he wrote a song, Cassidy, for Neil Cassidy. Bus driver for Further, when the Merry Pranksters, along with Ken Kesey, drove across from San Francisco to Princeton, New Jersey to hang out with Timothy Leary. Timothy Leary was not too happy with that either. Sugar Magnolia. We love you too, Selma. Bye, Selma. Tell your dad we said happy birthday. Yeah, he could sing. And him and his partner, John Barlow, wrote some great songs. Robert Hunter Garcia get a lot of the limelight. Take care, Tiger King. Adam says my sons are great. They just have sometimes a lot to deal with. I believe in them. Sherry says, thanks, Selma. Happy birthday to you, Dad. Someone says, take care, guys. So see you at 5:25. Awesome. Bring your dad by and I'll sing him happy birthday. You don't have to trick me this year. Blessings to you, Miss Flipper. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you tomorrow. All right, guys. I love you all. I'll see you later.